Morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we have implemented login functionality, registration functionality in our application, guys. So this is our first mini project. Almost 70% of the logic is already completed. So let me start my application. And in the last session, we have done user login and user registration functionality. Today, we need to work on the remaining functionalities. So let me open my database here. MySQL database we are using for our application. All right, application is getting started. So I'm hoping that you guys are also able to complete the login functionality and registration functionality that we have done in the class yesterday.
Yeah, by opening the MySQL workbench, it gets connected to the SQL server automatically.
Yes, sir. If you save the connection, it will connect to the database.
Okay,
Yeah.
even if you don't start the server in our PC, it gets connected automatically.
Right. Now go to counselor table. So yesterday we have done the registration. ashok@gmail.com. Password 1234 is available. So my application is running localhost colon 8080. Yeah. So this is our login page. Here we have the registration page also. You can do the user registration, something like some robot and robot@gmail.com, and some password I am giving for that, robot@123, and some phone number also I am giving. Click on register. So with this, user registration got successful. Robot@gmail.com I have given. You can check in the database, counselor table, select star from counselor table. The robot record is inserted in the database table. So email ID robot@gmail.com, password robot@123. So go to login page. So here you can give robot@gmail.com. If I give some wrong password, then it is giving a message invalid credentials. If I give valid password @123, then login got successful. We are getting, this is dashboard page, which is under development. Now for the dashboard page, we need to add the bootstrap, guys. Once the login got successful, user is going to the dashboard. The dashboard page is not looking good. So we need to make the changes to the dashboard, dashboard.html. So this is our dashboard page. Let's add bootstrap for this. How to add the bootstrap? We will go to a website called getbootstrap.com. Then go to documentation in the bootstrap. So this is basic HTML without bootstrap. Then in that we need to include the bootstrap CSS and bootstrap JS file. So let's copy this and keep it in our HTML. Yes, with this bootstrap is added. Then everything we are going to keep inside container div so that margins will be adjusted. Div class is equal to something like container. I am going to add. Container is a predefined class here, guys. That is a bootstrap class, so that it will give some side margins, left and right margins will be available. Here I am going to display dashboard, right? So dashboard page will be displayed here. Then I have stopped my application. Let me start it. Yeah. So we will go to this page and we will log in again, and we will see the dashboard is coming with the bootstrap or not. Just I copied the bootstrap HTML page, which contains bootstrap CSS and bootstrap JS file. Then let me log in again into our application and see the dashboard page is loading with bootstrap or not. Robot@gmail.com, password robot@123. Click on login. Yes, now dashboard page is coming along with the bootstrap. Now in the dashboard, I want to add one menu, a side menu or a top menu we want to add the inquiry, to view the inquiries, and a logout functionality. Navigation we need to add. So as given in the requirement, inside the dashboard, add inquiry, view inquiry pages are required. So we will go to the bootstrap. In the bootstrap, you can find the navigation bar Okay, in the components you can see nav bar is available. So nav bar, you can add the navigation bar like this by using the bootstrap. Okay, so the navigation bar you can implement in multiple ways, guys. So like this you can implement the navigation bar, like this you can implement the navigation bar. So nav bar is available, and a nav bar with the tabs also available. So these are the tabs which are available with the navigation bars. Okay, so you can take this, copy this one, you can add the nav bar and tabs. Okay, so how to implement the basic navigation bar and basic tabs that you can find out here. Okay, so nav bar is available, nav bar with the tabs also available. Okay, so I'm going to take this navigation bar, which will give several options here. Okay, nav bar and tabs, basic nav bar, if you want you can go with this option, copy this to the clipboard, then go here, then inside the body let me add this. I'm adding ul class nav bar, so that in the dashboard page navigation bar will come. Refresh. So the login got successful. Once the login is successful, we are coming to the dashboard, robot@gmail.com, robot@123. Click on login. Yes, now I got the navigation bar, right? So the dashboard page, that navigation bar also we can keep inside the container div, so that alignment will look proper, right? Right, navigation bar is available here. So inside this, we need to display some data. The data that is as per the given requirement, total inquiries, open inquiries, enrolled inquiries, last inquiries we need to display. So that information we are going to display in a table format, guys. So in the dashboard page, right? So let me take one table. Let me take one table. Inside the table, table row will be available and the table data will be available. Table row and table data. So I'm going to give here total inquiries. This is one row. Open inquiries, enrolled inquiries, last inquiries. Okay. Total inquiries. In the total, how many are open? How many are enrolled? How many are lost? The count we need to display in the dashboard page. So to display those counts in the dashboard page, once the login got successful, so if you go to counselor controller, when the login got successful, we are sending the response to the dashboard page by using dashboard info object, right? Access this dashboard info object td. So we are going to use th:\text. th:\text is equal to $of dashboard.info. What is the variable which is available in that dashboard response? Total inquiries we are going to have, right? Total inquiries we are taking. So same thing, the remaining also. What are the open inquiries available? What are the enrolled inquiries available? And the last inquiries available? These variables we need to access. Open inquiries, enrolled inquiries, then last inquiries, right? Yeah. So whenever login got successful, when the user login got successful, we are getting the counselor ID. Based on the counselor ID, we are getting the data from the table and we are sending that object to the UI by using model.add attribute. This is the key and this is the value. By using this key, I am going to access the dashboard information. Open inquiries, enrolled inquiries, last inquiries. And here navigation links are available. Okay, so here I want to display some navigation bar. href, currently it is empty, so I'm going to display the option as add inquiry, and another option I will give as view inquiries. Okay, the next another option that you want, you can give some logout option, and whatever that you want, you can give this as a logout option. Okay, once their work is completed, they can log out from here. Currently hyperlink is empty, we will see that later. Now let me stop this and let me start the again project. I'm stopping and I'm starting again. Run this application. So when we click on the logout functionality, we should come back to the login page. So href we are giving as logout. In the counselor controller, logout is already available. We are redirecting the user back to this one. So href is equal to logout. So the request will go to logout method. We are removing the session object and we are redirecting the user back to login page. So application started. Go here, then come back to the login. Yes, let's log in again. robot@gmail.com, then robot@123. Click on login. Login got successful. So currently all the numbers are coming as a 0 because there is no data available. So when you click on logout, you are coming to the login page. Again, you can log in here, robot@gmail.com and robot@123. Login. Login got successful. Here our dashboard page is displaying. Here we have the option add inquiry, view inquiries, logout. Currently there is no links available. So we need to develop the pages, add inquiries, view inquiries and logout page. Logout is already there. When I click on add inquiry page should come where we should be able to add the inquiries. When we go for view inquiries, when you click on the view inquiries, the page should come in order to filter the data. Okay, so fine. Now let's start implementing inquiry page now, adding the inquiry. So this is the page we need to load, right? So here the option is available. When I click on the add inquiry, then the page should be loaded. Dashboard.html is available. So below this menu, I can give one link, one line for this HR. So one line will be displayed below that. Okay, so open inquiries, total inquiries and last inquiries and enroll inquiries we are able to display. This is our dashboard page. How we are getting the data to the dashboard? So first counselor will come and log in into our application. So we are verifying their email ID and password. With that email ID and password, is there any record available in the database? If record is available in the database, then we will store that counselor ID in the session and we will get the response. We will get the dashboard information. What is the meaning of getting the dashboard information? So we are getting all the inquiries added by the counselor. We are getting the total list based on the counselor ID. Then we are finding the size of the list, total inquiries. Then whatever the list we are getting, with that list we are doing the filters by using stream API, enrolled inquiries, last inquiries and open inquiries. We are setting the data to one object called dashboard response. The dashboard response object we are sending to the UI by using model in the form of key and value. In the dashboard.html, we are accessing that object with the help of timeleaf object.property. So the value available in the variable we are accessing. This is equal to getter method of this variable. So we are printing this data and we have given one navigation bar in order to add the inquiries and display the inquiries available in our application. Now what we need to do is we need to implement this add inquiry page. So we need to develop this form. When we submit this form, inquiry should be added in the database based on the logged in counselor ID. So if you go to the table, counselor table, the already 3 counselors are registered, their data is available. Counselor ID is auto generating. If you go to inquiry table, currently there are no inquiries available. For every inquiry, counselor ID is mandatory. Counselor ID is a foreign key here. Now, so in order to develop this page, we need 2 methods in the controller. One method to display the form, one method to handle the form submission. Okay, so let us go to inquiries controller now. We have here another controller for inquiries. Go to controllers. Inquiry controller is available. This is normal Java class. I want to represent this as a controller class. For that, I am using one annotation called @controller annotation. Then this is going to communicate with the inquiry service guys. So let me take inquiry service as a dependent object here. Let me take this as a dependent object, private inquiry service, right? Private inquiry service, inquiry service. We can do the dependency injection by using constructor. So it is always recommended to go with the constructor injection, guys, so that if the dependent object is injected, then only target object will be created, right? Inquiry controller having inquiry service as a dependent object. So it is a Spring Bean, only one parameterized constructor is available. So definitely the dependent object will be injected into target object by using constructor. So it is going to perform constructor injection now. It is going to perform constructor injection now. We need to write two methods: public string, load page, add inquiry. Okay, we need one method to load the page, guys. So for that page, again form binding is required. So we need to display one page called inquiry page. Okay, inquiry HTML is required. Let us map it to get request. Go with get mapping. So in this get mapping, we are going to use the URL pattern as inquiry. So when we want to add the inquiry, first we need to bind the form. Whatever the form is available, form data, we need to bind it to the inquiry object. Inquiry is equal to new inquiry. One empty object I have created for binding the form data. Send this data to the UI by using model.add attribute. Key is inquiry, and value you can send the object. It is an empty object because I want to display one empty form, right? My form should be empty. So that's why I'm writing one method. This method is used to load the inquiry form. Okay, so add inquiry form.html you can create. So go here, take this dashboard.html. Menu is also required, right? So I'm going to change this name inquiry form.html. In the inquiry form.html, we need to develop the page here. So that is add new inquiry. So in this table, we need to display the fields like what is the name, what is the phone number, and all. Basically, we need to develop a form here. We need to develop a form, right? We are going to take form action. Okay, form action, that is going to be th:\action, and we are going to take th:\object for mapping, and we are going to take a method. So always forms will be submitted with the post request here. Add a new inquiry form, we are taking action. Okay, so the action we are going to represent, that is add inquiry, that is the URL pattern. When you submit the form, then I want to call that method called add inquiry method. So let us write a method here, post request method, public string handle add inquiry. Okay, so we are going to get inquiry object. Whatever the inquiry we are adding, that inquiry object we are going to get as a method parameter, and we are going to take the model, right? After inquiry is added, we will display same page with the success message, right? So it is going to be a post request method @post mapping, which is add inquiry, right? So how we will add this inquiry? Inquiry service is already available. Inquiry service dot add inquiry. We will pass inquiry object, and for this add inquiry, we need to pass the counselor ID. How we will pass the counselor ID? Counselor ID is available in the session. When the user login, counselor ID will go to the session. From that session, we need to get the counselor ID. If you want to add the inquiry, so you will log in, you will go here and you will enter the data, you will save it. You already logged in into the application. So when you already log in into the application, your counselor ID will be available in the session. Now I need to get the existing session. From the session, I need to get the counselor ID. With that counselor ID, I need to save the inquiry. Okay, how to get the existing session? Get existing session object. Okay, to get the existing session object, request dot get a session of false, not a new session. If you pass to true, then you will get a new session. If you pass false, you will get the existing session. Now session dot get attribute of your key. So what is the key? The key that we stored in the session. The key is counselor ID and it is a integer type. Right. So session dot get attribute of counselor ID. So it is going to give in the form of one object, guys. Okay. It is going to give in the form of object. This object we need to typecast into integer. Okay. Integer counselor ID. Integer counselor ID is equal to integer of session dot get attribute. So you will get the counselor ID. You will pass that counselor ID to add inquiry method. So this add inquiry method having throws exception. So let me write this option here, throws exception. Right. After adding the inquiry, it will return is saved or not. If the inquiry is saved, then we will store a success message in the model. Otherwise, we will store some error message in the model. So I'm writing two methods. One method is a get request method, which is used to display the inquiry form, which is having a form binding. One empty object I'm sending to the UI by using model.add attribute, key comma value. Then I am going to write another method, which is a post request method. This method is used to save the inquiry. Okay. So to save the inquiry, we need a counselor ID. So that is the reason we are getting the existing session. From the session, we are getting the counselor ID. When the counselor ID will be stored in the session, when counselor logged in into the application successfully, immediately we are creating a new session for the counselor login and we are storing counselor ID in the session. So when we are adding the inquiry, we are getting the existing session, we are getting the counselor ID from the session, and we are going to save the inquiry along with the counselor ID. So based on the counselor ID, we will get the counselor object. We will set the counselor object to the inquiry object, and we are going to save the inquiry. So when we save the inquiry, counselor ID should be populated in the inquiry table so that we can understand which counselor saved this inquiry. Okay, fine. Now go to inquiry controller. If it is saved successfully, we are going to write model.add attribute key comma value, success message and failure message. Model.add attribute success message, which is inquiry added. Inquiry added. Okay. If it is not saved properly, then we are going to display it as error message. Failed to add the inquiry. Failed to add the inquiry. Right. So this is one method which is used to display the empty page with the form binding object. Whenever you enter the data in the form and you submit, then the request will come to this post request method. In this post request method, we are taking the form data in the form of object. We are taking the servlet request object and we are taking the model object. Using this servlet request object, we are taking the session. I'm passing the false. That means I don't want to create a new session. I want to take the existing session. Session.get attribute. I'm passing counselor ID as a key. I will get the ID from the session. That ID I will pass to add inquiry method. Inquiry will be saved. If it is saved, I'm storing a success message. If it is not saved, I'm storing error message and I'm returning the same page called inquiry form. So you are loading the page and after submitting the form, you will get the same page either with success message or failure message. Are you guys able to understand these two methods now? One method is used to load the page with a empty object. Empty object means empty form will be displayed. You will enter the data in the form, you will submit the form. When you submit the form, that inquiry will be saved along with the counselor ID. Counselor ID we are getting from the session because already counselor logged in. When they log in, their ID will be available in the session. So from the session, we are taking the ID and we are saving the inquiry. After saving the inquiry, we are sending a success message to the same page. So one method is get request method, another method is post request method. Are you guys clear with my implementation?
Sir, instead of writing the every place session, we cannot be declared a global session.
No, sir. No, we need to take the session object. Either you need to inject it or you need to take it as a method parameter.
Can we pass inside a parameter also, sir?
Sorry?
Can we pass inside a parameter also? A session?
Session?
HTTP session, can we pass in parameter also?
Yeah, we can take as a parameter also, but if you take it as a parameter, now it will create a new session object. I don't want a new session. I want to take the existing session. Instead of taking the servlet request, you can take the session also as a parameter, but always it will create a new session, it will give you. I want to take the existing session. That's why I'm passing get session of a false value. Then it will return the existing session object.
Sir, here it will create a HTTP serverless request, a new request, or
yes, sir. For whenever you perform any operation, every time it will be a new request. When you click this link, when you perform any operation, every time it is a new request only, right?
so from the new request object, how the session object is coming?
There is a predefined method get session. From the request, we are getting the session object. It is a predefined method. Servlet request is a predefined object. From that object, we are calling the get session. Then it will give you the session which is already available. If you pass it true, then you will get the new session. I don't want a new session. I want existing session. That's why I'm passing false value. After we got the session object, from the session we are getting the counselor ID. Then we are saving that counselor.
Basically, this session will be having the details of the logged in counselor, right, sir?
Only ID will be available, sir, because after login, we are storing only ID in the session. Here you see in the login method, if login is successful, we are calling session.set attribute counselor ID only we are setting. So in that session, only ID will be available. That ID we are getting, and using that ID, we are saving the inquiry so that we can understand which inquiry is saved by which counselor. Are you clear with my point?
Sir, that inquiry form means that form where those filters are there, sir. Can you show that inquiry form?
No, sir. This is the first page, sir. This is the inquiry page. Filter page is different.
Okay, sir.
First, you need to add the inquiry, then you can go and filter the data.
And what is this page name, sir? This is the bottom
view
one?
inquiry. One is add inquiry, another one is view inquiries. Two options I have given in the menu.
Add inquiry. Okay, sir. Dashboard is the same, sir?
Yes, sir. This is the dashboard page. That's it. You see the requirement, sir. You're asking very silly questions. You can see the requirement, right? This is the dashboard page, and this is add inquiry page, and this is view inquiry page.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Hello, sir. Can you please open the HTML page?
Currently, in the HTML, nothing is there. So we need to develop the form now.
Okay, so I want to know that we need to take.
Sorry?
We need to take get and post of.
Yeah, we need to take the post. Always form will be available with the post request, sir.
Okay. So, but when to take get and post, I'm confused about.
When you want to retrieve the data, suppose if you want to retrieve the inquiries, then you will go for get method. If you want to save the inquiry, then post. Login form is a post method. When you submit login post request, when you submit the registration form post request, when you are going for dashboard, it is a get request. And when you are adding the inquiry to load the page, get request, to submit the page, post request. When you want to get the data from the server, you will go for the get request method. When you want to send the data to the server, then you will go for post request. Now, if you see in the inquiry controller, there are two methods available. One method I have mapped to get request method. Another method I mapped to post request method. One is used to load the empty page. Another one is used to save the form data. When I'm saving the form data, I'm going for post request method.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, are you clear with the two methods I have implemented in the inquiry controller?
Yes, sir.
One method is used to load the page where the form will be displayed with the empty fields. And once the form is loaded, you fill the data and you submit that form. Once you submit the form, it will send you a post request to the server. Server will capture counselor ID from the session and will save the inquiry. Now we need to display the form here. So form action, add inquiry, form binding object. What is the binding object we are sending? So enq is the binding object we are sending. So th colon object is equal to dollar of that enq, method is equal to post. So let us take a table to display the fields with proper alignment. tr td. So this is name of the student, student name, then another td. Here we need to display the input field. Input type is equal to text. Input type is equal to text. And we need to write th colon field is equal to star of that field name available in the binding object. Inquiry object is available. So stu name is the variable. Th colon field is equal to stu name, nothing but student name. So whatever the data you enter in the student name field, that should be stored into student object stu name variable. Okay, so like this, student name, student phone number. Okay, student name, what is the form name and phone number is available. Input type is equal to number and th colon field, that variable name, student phone number, inquiry form.html, student phone number I am giving. Then next one, we need to display class mode. It is a drop down. Okay, drop down means options we are going to give. So class mode, whether they want training mode, basically training mode, offline or online, classroom or online training. So go here. When you are going to display a drop down, you need to use select. Okay, so select, then th colon field is equal to star of that field we need to specify. So in the select, we are going to give the options. Option value is equal to, first we will give this as online and second option we will give as classroom. Whether they want to go with online training or classroom training, the field we are going to map to the class mode, inquiry form.html, th colon field is equal to class mode, that is training mode. The next one, course. They want to select the course, which course they want to join. So let us give select course, which course they are going to inquire. For this, what is the field name available? Course name is available as a field. This drop down data should be mapped to course name. So let me give some course names here. Java, Python, DevOps, something, whatever the names that you want, you can keep. Currently, these drop down options we are hard coding, guys. So in generally, we need to fetch these course names also from the database. We need to maintain another table in the database and we need to fetch this data from the database. Okay. Option value, I'm giving another one as AWS, Java, Python, DevOps, AWS. So this is the course name I'm giving, and the inquiry status, when they are adding the inquiry, so they can select the inquiry status also. Inquiry status, by default, the inquiry will be available as new inquiry. ENQ status is available. Go to the form and view the status. So the default status will be open. Open means that is a new inquiry. And the next one, enrolled. If they have done the payment, then we are going to give that as enrolled inquiry. If they have joined in the other institute, then we are going to make it as a last inquiry. Like this, form is available. Now we need to display a button in order to save that inquiry. One TD I will leave empty. in another TD, I will write a button. Input type is equal to submit button, and value button text. What is the value that you want for the button? So which is save button. And for the button, I want to apply a bootstrap class. Class is equal to button hyphen primary. Button hyphen primary we are giving. And once it is submitted, and I want to display success message and error message. In the login page, we are already displaying that success message and error message. Okay, index.html. So blue color, red color, green color, red color messages we are displaying, right? In the registration page, I think. The registration page, we are displaying error message and success message. So copy this text, go to our inquiry form.html. In the add inquiry page also, I want to display success message in the green color, error message in the red color. So in the inquiry controller, we are having that functionality. After adding the inquiry, we are sending success message, error message. Success message I want to display in the blue color, green color, error message I want to display in the red color. Okay. Add inquiry page available. In the dashboard.html, I want to give the hyperlink. Whenever you click on add inquiry, this page should open. Okay. So in this inquiry.html also, add inquiry, when you click, this page will open. Right. Navigation I have given. When you log in, first time when you log in into the application, then dashboard HTML will be displayed. In the dashboard.html page, we are going to display the menu add inquiry. So when you click on the add inquiry menu, it will go to the inquiry URL. Inquiry URL is going to display inquiry form.html for you. So in that inquiry form.html, form will be available for you with the binding object. You fill the data and you submit the form. When you submit the form, it will send a post request to add inquiry method. In the inquiry controller, add inquiry method is available. So it is getting the session object. From the session, we are getting the data. Okay, let us see this one. We are going to run this project, and in the debug mode, we can see how it is working. Okay, so login is available. Login functionality is available, registration functionality available, add inquiry functionality also available. Let us try this now. Go to our application, click on logout. When you click on logout, we are coming to login page. Now login robot@gmail.com, then robot@123. So I'm clicking on login. There is a breakpoint available. The login method is getting executed. The request came to counselor controller login method. So when we submit this login page, right, the form data is coming in the form of object. So email ID, password we are getting. So with this email ID and password, we are going to the login method. There we will verify the record is available or not. Okay, F6. We can see it is a valid record or not. One select query will be executed that will identify the record is available or not. Credentials are valid or not. C, record is available. So with the given email ID and password, counselor record is available. That means it is a valid record. It is a valid login. It comes to the else condition. Then what we are doing, request that get session. We are creating one session object here. Once the session object is created, we are getting the counselor object ID and we are storing that counselor ID in the session. For the robot, what is the ID? Robot is a counselor. Robot ID is 3. Okay. So we are storing that counselor ID in the session. If you keep the cursor on the C, you can see the counselor ID. Counselor ID is 3. Robot ID is 3. Okay. That is stored in the session. Then F6, we are getting dashboard information. Okay. So what is the data available in the inquiry table based on the counselor ID? Select a star from inquiry table where counselor ID is equal to 3. So any response available. So currently there is no data. There are no inquiries available in the table currently. So all are zeros. Okay. F6. Going to the dashboard page. Login got successful and we came to dashboard page. Currently in the dashboard page, nothing is coming. Everything is coming as a 0. No data available in the inquiry table. Now click on add inquiry. When you click on the add inquiry, add a new inquiry page is displaying. So this is a form now. This is a form. So currently this form is empty form. We can make the fields mandatory here by using required option. So I'm using required so that the fields are mandatory. So without selecting these fields, you can't submit that form. So it's mandatory, you need to select that field. Okay, I'm making this field as mandatory. Currently view inquiry is not available, add inquiry available. So this is mandatory. Student name. So you enter the student name, some student, some Sita, and student phone number, some value, training online, course Java, or course dev Python. They want to join Python, and inquiry is an open inquiry. It is a new inquiry. Click on save button. So when you click on the save button, the request came to inquiry controller handle add inquiry method. So if you see the inquiry object form data, we are getting the form data here, class mode online, course name Python, and the student phone number, student name is Sita, inquiry status is open. So that means whenever I submit the form data is coming in the form of object. Now I am calling request.get session false value. So request.get session of false means existing session it will give you. Get attribute of counselor ID. Counselor ID 3. As we discussed, Robert is logged in. Robert ID is 3 here. So we got the Robert ID. Robert ID is 3. Based on the Robert ID, we are going to save the inquiry. Okay. So we are going to add inquiry method in the inquiry service. Based on the counselor ID, we are trying to retrieve the counselor record. So Robert ID is 3. We got the counselor record. That counselor object we are adding to the inquiry object, because this inquiry adding by which counselor, associating the counselor object to the inquiry object. Then we are going to save the inquiry. So currently in the inquiry table, there is no record available. We need to save the inquiry. Counselor ID should be populated as 3 because Robert logged in. Robert is saving this inquiry. F6 save method. Yes, we are going to insert that record. Yes, one insert query is executed, record is inserted. Go to the database, select star from table. Yes, one inquiry is saved in the database. Counselor ID is populated as 3. Association mapping. Foreign key is also populated. Right now, once it is saved successfully, it will return true. If it is true, then I am storing a success message. Then I am returning the same page with the success message. Now you go to the page, we got the error. After returning the page, we got the error. Okay, what is that error? Expression inquiry saved in the database, neither binding result or plain target object inquiry available as a request attribute. Okay, so after saving the inquiry, when we are returning the inquiry form, it is saying that boss, after you save the inquiry, I am unable to find this binding object. I'm unable to find this binding object. After you saved that inquiry, I'm not able to find that binding object. So whenever we are loading the form, the binding object is available, that is working. But after saving that inquiry, when we are returning to the same page, it is unable to find this inquiry binding object. So we can resolve this problem by using @model attribute. I'm using inquiry. So whatever the binding object is available, after saving the record, it is unable to find out the binding object to display the page again. Okay. So I'm using @model attribute. What is the advantage with this one? It will take the form binding object, and when it is sending the response back to the same page, it will send the inquiry object back to the same page. Okay. So let me go back here, and add inquiry page is available. Add inquiry page is available, and view inquiries page is available, and a logout is available. So go to logout, login again, robot@gmail.com, robot@123, login. So login functionality is available. There is a breakpoint. Let's skip the breakpoint. Now total one inquiry available, and that is also in the open state. Robert is added one inquiry, that is total inquiry 1, open inquiry is 1. View inquiries we have not implemented. Add inquiry page available. Add one more inquiry. Geeta phone number, training mode classroom, course DevOps, inquiry open. Click on save. One more inquiry got added for Geeta. Earlier, when I add the inquiry, I got the error. I have resolved that error by using one annotation that is called @model attribute. What is the purpose of this model attribute? It is used to send this object back to the UI. From the UI, we are getting the object. After performing the operation, we are returning the same page. When we are returning the same page, again we need to send the object because this form is using this enq object as a binding object. So first time when the form is loaded, we are sending that object manually by using model.add attribute. But when we are submitting the form, we are getting the data in the object, we are saving that data. Then after this, we are returning the same page. When we return the same page, again we need this object in the model to bind to the form. So that's why we are using model attribute. But here I see another problem. After coming to the add inquiry page, I'm unable to go back to the dashboard. If I want to see my dashboard, what I need to do, guys? Is there any option to see the dashboard now? Guys, is there any option to see my dashboard, or there is no option to see my dashboard? There is no option to see my dashboard. Can we create one more method to display the dashboard page? So currently, when you log out and when you log in, then only dashboard page is coming. After login, if I want to go to the dashboard again, I logged in, I'm in the dashboard page. 2 inquiries I have added. Robert added 2 inquiries, 2 inquiries are coming. But if I want to go back to add inquiry now, I want to go back to dashboard. Is there any option available to see the dashboard now?
No, sir.
No. So then what we need to do? We need to add one more method. To see the dashboard page. Currently, in the counselor controller, after login got successful, we are sending the data to the dashboard page like this. We are storing the ID in the session. We are getting the data from the dashboard and we are returning the data to the dashboard. Okay. So I need to write this logic. in the another method. I need to write one more method to display dashboard page again. Okay, fine. We will do that. Go to the inquiry table. I have added 2 inquiries. 2 inquiries are added by Robert only. For 2 inquiries, counselor ID is coming as 3 only. Suppose if I log in as Ashok user, dashboard should be empty because Ashok did not save any inquiry as of now. ashok@gmail.com, password 1234. So let me log out, log in from my account, ashok@gmail.com, password is 1234. Login. So in my dashboard, everything is coming as 0. There are 2 inquiries available, but those inquiries are not added by me. Those inquiries are added by Robot. Let me add one inquiry. Add inquiry. Student name, I'm adding some Punit. Okay, some phone number. Training mode online. Want to learn AWS. Open inquiry. Click on save. Inquiry is added. Now go to database. Select star from inquiry table. Now you see another 3rd inquiry added, but this inquiry added by which counselor? Counselor ID 1. First 2 inquiries added by Robert, 3rd inquiry added by Ashok. So now when Ashok log in, Ashok dashboard will display. Okay. So now this is the problem. Every time if I want to see the dashboard, I need to log out and I need to log in. But I should have one option to see the dashboard directly. Ashok is having only 1 inquiry. If I log in with robot@gmail.com, robot@123, robot added 2 inquiries. So guys, are we able to see the dashboard dynamically?
No.
When I log in, my data is coming. When Robert log in, Robert data is coming. That is called dynamic dashboard data. So when you log into Gmail, your mails will display. When I log in into Gmail, my mails will display. When you log in into Amazon, your orders will display. When I log in into Amazon, my orders will be displayed. Similarly, when Ashok logged in, Ashok enquiries are displaying. When Robert is logged in, Robert enquiries are displaying. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now I want to add one more page here, one more link here to display the dashboard. Okay, after login, after adding the inquiry, I want to see my dashboard. Okay, go to dashboard.html. So before adding the inquiry menu, I will give one more option, which is called dashboard option. Okay, dashboard, view dashboard. For this, I will give one URL, simple dashboard. This I will add in all the menus. In the inquiry form also, before this add inquiry, I will give view dashboard option. Okay. Now, for this we need to write one method in the inquiry controller to view the dashboard. Okay, let us write one get request method, public string display dashboard. Display dashboard. HTTP servlet request comma model object. So in order to display the dashboard, I am going to write one method @get mapping /URL, which is dashboard URL. I want to return dashboard page only. After login, what we are doing? Dashboard page only we are returning. We need to get the existing session object. For the dashboard, again, data should be displayed, right? So I'm getting the existing session. From the existing session, I'm getting the counselor ID. Based on the counselor ID, I will get the dashboard response. I will send that dashboard response to the same page, dashboard page. Okay. So this method, after you log in, you want to go back to the dashboard page. When you log in, you will go to the dashboard. But after login, when you go to add inquiry page, view inquiry page, again you want to go back to the dashboard. For that, I'm adding one separate method in the inquiry controller to display the dashboard. Okay, or else counselor dashboard method, you can write this method inside counselor controller itself, no problem. So here login method is available, dashboard page will display by default. If you want to get it again, then you can take this dashboard method, get the session object. From the session, counselor ID is available. With that counselor ID, we are getting the dashboard data. We are setting to the model object and we are returning the dashboard. One additional method I am writing in the controller. So to visit the dashboard page, so we will, after login, you will get the dashboard page. After going to the add inquiry also, we should be able to go back to the dashboard page. So that's why I have taken one separate method. So in this method, what I am doing, I'm getting the existing session. From the session, I'm getting the counselor ID. With that counselor ID, I'm getting the dashboard data. That dashboard data I'm setting to the model in the form of key and value. Then I'm returning the dashboard page. Right? In the menu, I have included one more extra link, view dashboard. Okay. Yes. Now go back to this one. Application started. Coming to the login page. Now login. robot@gmail.com. robot@123. I logged in. Now view dashboard. Add inquiry. I'm able to add the inquiry. I can come back to the dashboard. So in my dashboard, there are two numbers available. Two inquiries are added. Go to add inquiry. Add one more inquiry. Okay, something like a Kathy, some phone number, online, Python. Open, save it. Okay, one inquiry added. It is in the open. View dashboard. Total 3 inquiries available. All 3 are in the open. Let me add one inquiry. So something like Anil, some phone number, Java, it is enrolled. He directly paid the amount. This is an enrolled inquiry. Click on save. inquiry added. View the dashboard. So total 4 available. Out of total 4 inquiries available for the robot, out of 4, 3 people are still open inquiries and 1 is a enrolled inquiry. Let me add one more inquiry. So something like some Vishnu, some phone number, and Vishnu is a last inquiry. For online Java, last inquiry. Save it. View dashboard. 5 inquiries available. Out of 5, 3 are open, 1 is enrolled and 1 is lost. This is the dashboard of which counselor? This is the dashboard of our robot. Now go to logout, log in with a different counselor, ashok@gmail.com, 1234, password, login. So in my dashboard, I'm able to see only one inquiry. Let me add another inquiry. So this time I'm adding one student Rajesh and Java open inquiry. Inquiry is added. View the dashboard. So 2 inquiries added by Ashok and all the 2 are in the open. Okay, view dashboard is available, add inquiry is available. Now we need to display view inquiries. So when you click on view inquiries, all the inquiries should be displayed in the table format. When I click on logout, we are going back to the login page. Okay, so ashok@gmail.com and password login. So I'm getting into the dashboard page. From here, I can navigate to the other pages also. Are you guys able to understand add inquiry page and view dashboard page?
Yes, sir.
Anybody having any questions on this functionality? So today I have implemented one functionality, that is adding the inquiry. So to add the inquiry, I have created inquiry controller class, guys. To add the inquiry, I have created inquiry controller class. So to represent this as a controller, I am using @controller annotation, and I am taking inquiry service here. That inquiry service I am injecting into inquiry controller as a dependent object. Then we are having add inquiry page. Okay, so get request method is available. Whenever you log in, then you click on add inquiry, then it will call this inquiry method. It is a get request method. Here I am creating one object to display the form binding object. One empty form will be displayed. Then after you fill the data in the form, you will click on the save button. When you click on the save button, that request will come to this method, which is going to handle the inquiry. This is a post request method. You are going to get the form data in the form of object. So to save the inquiry, we need a counselor ID. So that's why we are getting existing session. From the session, we are getting the counselor ID. Then we are calling the add inquiry method to save the inquiry in the database. So I'm not saving the inquiry directly. First, I am getting the counselor object. I'm setting the counselor object to the inquiry object for the foreign key mapping. Then I'm saving the inquiry. After saving the inquiry, I'm sending a success message to the same page. So with this, we are able to save the inquiry. Then I have created one more extra method, view dashboard. So what this view dashboard method will do, in the counselor controller, I have created one extra method today, that is for the dashboard. What this dashboard method will do, it will take the session because already user logged in. When user login, dashboard will come. But user went to add inquiry page, view inquiry page. Again, they want to see the dashboard. Okay. So for them, I have created one method called display dashboard method. In this method, I am taking the existing session object. With that session object, I am getting the logged in person ID. Based on that ID, I am getting the dashboard data. I am setting that data to the model. Whatever we are doing in the login page, same thing we are doing here. Now, instead of writing this logic at 2 places, instead of writing, so if you see these 3 lines, can I say duplicate code? Guys, can I say it is a duplicate code?
Yes, sir.
So we can remove that. We can remove that. So what we can do, once the login is successful, instead of writing this logic, you can simply say that return redirect to dashboard. Simply you can redirect it to dashboard URL. That's it. Same thing. So instead of you write these 3 lines here and here, once the login is successful, You set the counselor ID in the session, then you redirect them to dashboard method. Then what the dashboard method will do? It will get the existing session counselor ID, get the dashboard data, and return to the dashboard page. So you can keep these 3 lines here. That is fine. Or else you can redirect the request. After login is successful, you redirect the request to the dashboard page. Anything is fine. Which is better, guys? Writing the duplicate code base is better, or redirecting the request is better?
Redirecting request is better.
Yeah, instead of writing these 3 lines multiple times, once the login is successful, I will store the counselor ID in the session, then I will redirect to the dashboard method. What this dashboard method will do? It will take the session object and it will take the counselor ID from the session, it will get the dashboard data, and it will return the dashboard page with the dashboard information. The dashboard page is available. There we are getting the object data and we are displaying the data as per our requirement. View dashboard is available, add inquiry, log out. Then log in again, ashok@gmail.com, password, login. Now I came to the dashboard page. I can go to add inquiry, I can add it. I can go to view dashboard, I can see the data. Now we need to develop view inquiries page. So what is view inquiries? When you click on view inquiries, existing inquiries we need to display in the table, and we need to display one search form also to filter the data. So before going to develop the view inquiries, anybody having any questions? That what I have implemented today.
I have a doubt. So I implemented this @model attribute. I also got the same error. You explained this model attribute, but I'm little confused. Could you
Sir,
please
model
explain it
attribute
again
is
slowly?
basically you take this object. First of all, when you submit the form, the data will come in the form of model object. Okay, first if you see, inquiry form is a page in our project. So this page is using enq is a binding object. Okay, whenever this page is loading, we need this enq object. Inquiry object is required whenever this page is loading. How many times this page is loading? In our scenario, page is loading 2 times. One is first time when you access empty page will be loaded. When the empty page is loading, we are using model.add attribute. This line of code is equal to this annotation. When the page is loading, we are manually adding the inquiry object to the model by using model.add attribute. And when you submit the form, we are getting the object data and we are sending back to the same page. When the same page is loading, again it is expecting this line of code. Okay, so if you want to write this line of code after your form is saved, you can keep this line before displaying that form. Then you no need to write this annotation here. When the form is submitted, we are going back to the same page. When you want to go back to the same page, enq object is required. Okay, so you can save like this, you can send like this. If you don't want to send it like this, then you use this annotation. Then this object will be available in the model. Then you can access that model object in the th:\object. That means when the form is loading, binding object is required to map the form fields to your object variables. So this line of code is equal to this annotation. Here manually we are setting the data in the form of model attribute. Here we are directly using the annotation to reload the same page. That's it.
Sir, in register page, it is not there still. How it is working?
Registration page, where is that? Counselor controller, login page is available. Register page is available. Yeah, we are taking the complete object, sir. Complete variable name we are taking. So that's why it is working here also. When you want to use this one, then instead of enq, if you use the complete inquiry object, then don't think it's required. Inquiry controller is available. Counselor controller. What is the key I am using? To the register page, counselor object I am using, key, completely key we are using. Then let me change it. Inquiry is available, inquiry object, then remove this. counselor controller, inquiry controller. Yeah, now I have removed it. I'm taking the complete variable. Let's try. Now I am not using at the rate model attribute.
So can we use that that annotation in the above method also, sir? In that
Yes, we can use it.
top
Sir.
method.
We can use
Okay.
it. Either you can use that annotation or you can write model.add attribute.
Right, sir. So we are doing that to fetch it in the HTML page, right, sir?
Yes.
So we have used the redirect row.
Yes, just we are forwarding the request from one method to another method.
There redirect is a keyword, sir.
Yes, it is a predefined keyword. I logged in, add inquiry, save the details, some Ganesh, phone number, click on save. Now it is saved, inquiry added. So I'm not using that annotation also. That means when you are using the variable name properly like your class name, then you no need to set it. If you don't use the variable name properly, then you need to set it in the model object. Now, so inquiry object, I'm using the complete variable name, then it is not failing. So earlier I have used variable name as enq, that's why it failed. So I need to use model attribute. So in the counselor controller also, for the registration page, I have taken the complete variable name. That's why without resetting, we are able to access this object. Now in the inquiry controller also, without using that annotation, we are able to access. So you need to use the variable name properly like your class name.
Ashok sir, I have one doubt. I'm not sure whether it is the right question or wrong, but since we have an add inquiry HTML page, and
Yes.
there we are binding the inquiry object
Correct.
To the post method.
Correct.
So if we don't write that form, the empty form, the get request, is it valid, sir?
No, sir. First of all, you need to load the form, right? Whenever you are loading the form, you need to bind the object. Then only it will understand your form data should be stored into which object.
Okay, so but we have that HTML form, right? So and even we are binding the object over there. So
First,
does
no,
we require to
if you
load it?
want to bind it, first of all, you need to send the object to the form.
Okay.
Without sending, you can't bind it. That means if you want to access th colon object like this is a key. It should be there in the model. Without this line of code execution, you can't access that in the th colon object. If you comment this line and if you try, it will fail. The form cannot be loaded.
Okay.
It's mandatory. You need to set it in the model. Then only you can access in the HTML.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So after adding the inquiry,
Yes.
we can see the same data, right?
After adding the inquiry?
Yeah. When we add the inquiry, let's
Yes.
say you added Ganesh. Okay. We can see
Yes.
success message with the same detail in the form. If
You
what
want
if
to add the same details in the form, you can clear that form, sir. You can
yeah.
reset the form. So if you want to reset the form, after adding the inquiry, you need to make this object as a dummy. Okay. If you make this object as a dummy, if you nullify the object, then you will get a new form without any form data. There, instead of that, then you can do one thing. You can simply give a reset button. After your submit got completed, here I can give input type is equal to button, or I will give ahref is equal to inquiry. Okay, then I will give reset, class is equal to button info. Then it will display a reset button for you. When you click on the reset button, it will go back to this URL. It will display a empty form for you.
But can we?
Yeah, reset is available. After you add the inquiry, you can click on the reset.
Okay. Instead of that, can we pass the new object so it will
You can pass it. You can pass the new object also.
So what is the good practice, sir? Real time.
Anything is fine, sir. You can nullify this. You can do like this. After doing this now, if you do this operation, after adding the inquiry, if you do this operation, then you will get the empty form.
Yes.
Simply. After saving the inquiry, if you do like this, you will get the empty form. Because again, we are creating the new object which does not have any data. So if you go to add inquiry, view dashboard, add inquiry, I'm adding some inquiry, something like Anita and some phone number, save it. Now form became empty. Go to the dashboard, 7 inquiries added, 5 are open, 1 is enrolled, 1 is lost.
Thank you.
Now we are able to implement add inquiry. We are able to implement view inquiries, guys. So the next thing is we need to display all the inquiries which are available in the table. So for this, we need to write one method in the inquiry controller. So here we are having view dashboard page and add inquiry page is available. So view inquiries option. When I click on view inquiry, a page should come. So that page design is this. We need to have a form to filter the data, and we need to have the table to display the data. So in the tomorrow session, we are going to implement view inquiries page. Okay, so can you guys complete add inquiry page by today? So login page completed, registration page completed, dashboard page also completed. The only one page is pending that we are going to implement in the tomorrow session. Filter is available and displaying the data, edit functionality also available. 3 requirements are there. We need to display the data in the table. We should be able to edit and update it, and we should be able to filter the data. So we are going to implement that in the tomorrow session. So by today, I want all of you to complete login functionality, registration functionality, dashboard functionality, adding the inquiry. Tomorrow we are going to work on view inquiry functionality. Is this clear? Can you guys work on that?
Yes.
Day after tomorrow, all of you should submit your mini project to me. Whatever that I am doing in the class, so same thing you should do on your own, and you need to show me day after tomorrow. If you show me the first mini project, then only we will work on the second mini project. So take it seriously and try to complete it.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Ashok sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I have some issue regarding the data table creation. Can you share me?
Share your screen.
Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. First, show me your properties file. No, 1 second. Go to your project, sir. Where is your start class available in the project? This is the problem, sir. Your package names are problem, sir.
Okay.
Your start class available in a package called com.example.demo. All the packages in the project should start with com.example.demo. Your base package naming convention is incorrect. That is the reason your tables, your entities are not recognized. Your tables are not created. Package name is the problem.
Okay, can I add every package after demo only, sir?
Yeah, or else you remove the demo from the base package.
Okay.
You refactor, rename, keep it com.example. That's it. In the Spring Boot, one complete class I have explained about this package naming convention. It is very important. If you don't follow the proper package names, your classes will not be recognized by component scanning, then nothing will happen. Now you can run your application.
Or else we can use base packages to com.example also as a base package.
Yeah. Now tables are created.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, can I quickly share my screen, sir? I have one issue with this find email, sir. I don't know why I'm not
Okay,
able to
share
do.
it.
Okay, let me share quickly. You're able to see my screen, right, sir?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Right, sir. So here, I don't know, sir, why this find email, it's not liking this
Go to that
single
service
argument.
class, go to counselor service, show me your counselor service. Where is the method? Find by email. You are taking two parameters here. Line number 16.
Oh.
You need to take one parameter, right?
Okay, sir. There's the error over there. Okay, sir.
Then go and change in the service IMPL also.
Right, sir.
Take one parameter.
Right, sir.
Yes.
Sir. Okay, that error is gone, sir. I still need to implement these other ones. I think this
Okay.
is the same error, right, sir? It's just complaining about
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All good, guys. Thank you. So with this, I'm stopping. So I'm requesting all of you once again, please complete the first mini project. It's very, very, very important because I'm doing line by line code in front of you. Still, if you don't do the implementation, then there is no use of joining for this batch.
Sir,
Okay?
until yesterday it was good, sir. Today it was little bit high pitch for me, sir. What should I do, sir?
No high pitch, nothing, sir. Today, what I have done, just I have taken one form and I have saved the data in the database, man.
Okay.
Apart
Okay,
from
sir.
the saving the data in the database, did I do anything else today?
No, sir.
I created one form and I have taken the form data, I inserted in the database table. That's it.
Okay. Just by mapping it to the model object, right, sir?
Form binding I have done. I developed one form. I have taken the form data. I inserted in the database table. Apart from that, anything else we have done today? No.
No, sir.
So tomorrow we are going to work on view inquiries concept. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Have a great day.